Hi, we're the Soul Sisters. I'm Saira.
And I'm Janelli.
And today we are making vegan panes de pollo.
Pretty much Salvadorian chicken sandwiches that are made for special occasions, for Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays. And today we're gonna make them vegan so that you can enjoy it without the meat. So,
let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start with the sesame seeds. We're gonna use 1 teaspoon. We're gonna throw that in the saute pan. We want the saute pan to be on medium heat. And we're also going to use pumpkin seeds. We're gonna use 1 or 2 teaspoons. We don't want our sauce to be too thick. And we can use a spatula, or we can kind of like shake the saute pan left and right so that we can toast the seeds on the top and bottom.
Yeah, so we're gonna get these toasted and then we'll get back.
Now we are going to char the onion and the 3 California chilies. We're using 1/4 of an onion, a white onion to be exact. Place it on a saute pan.
No oil though.
No oil. We want the charred effect. That charred flavor will change the way the sauce tastes.
And for these California chilies, you don't have to worry about taking the stems off. This is gonna also add to the flavor.
So we have our cabbage right here. We cut half a medium cabbage and we sliced it and added about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a cup of boiling water. We let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. What we want to do with that is soften the cabbage so that it's easier to eat when we put it in the sandwich. And we are going to add vegan mayonnaise and a little pinch of salt to give it that extra flavor.
Yeah, so we're using Follow Your Heart vegan mayo or veganaise. And we're gonna start off with 1 tablespoon.
2 in total. If you like mayonnaise, you can add more. But right now we're just gonna start with 2 tablespoons to make sure that it's covered, but we also don't want it to be too
light. Yeah, if it's not covered completely, then we'll add more as we go. So this is what it looks like.
It's kind of mushy, which is what we want. We don't want it to be stiff. And then we're just gonna add a little more salt so that it can just have a little more flavor. So that's looking good, and that's how we want it to look.
So we have this on standby until we build the sandwiches. And we're gonna move on to the sauce for the chicken. It's pretty much what gives everything flavor. Alright, so now we have the boiled tomatoes, the charred onion, and the California chilies in here. And we're gonna add all these seasonings. We have a tablespoon of garlic. This is a puree that I made, but you can use fresh cloves too. Yeah, and this is achiote or Annatto. It's a seasoning, and it's for flavor and just color as well. We have some salt here. And the toasted pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds. Blend that and put it to boil. So once everything is completely blended, you want to throw it in there. I do want to just note that we used a cup of the water that we had the tomatoes and the chilies boiling in, so that you can have that extra flavor. And
yeah, that's perfect. Now we can just pour it in the pot. And then we're gonna let that come to a simmer while we cook the veggie chicken strips.
What we have here is the plant-based teriyaki chicken strips. They aren't, the teriyaki sauce comes separately, so you don't need to use that. These are actually the best ones to use, in my opinion. We got some Morningstar chicken strips. They're vegan, but they're seasoned, which is okay if you want that seasoning, but if you want this authentic flavor, then it's not gonna be the best option for you. So we're gonna use both and see what it tastes like with this version and the Gardein version. I'm gonna use a tablespoon of olive oil to pretty much cook them on the skillet until they're browned.
That's ready. You ready to throw that sizzling goodness?
Yeah, they're gonna sizzle.
Yeah?
Hi, so we're back and we pretty much got all the ingredients ready. We're gonna get our bolillo. It's pretty much the bread of choice for this type of sandwich.
I really recommend going with this.
Yeah, unless you're gluten-free, then don't kill yourself over this recipe. So we're gonna put some vegan mayo in here. But we also have some pre-sliced cucumbers, radishes, tomatoes.
So the other thing is, like, you don't want to cut the bread too much. You want it to just be stuffable because the bread cuts in half easily. It's kind of like a sloppy Joe. So you don't want to cut it too
much because then it'll fall apart.
That's it.
Final result. As you can imagine, this is gonna get messy. So have fun with that because, you know, it's worth all the flavor.
All right, so you ready to try this?
I'm ready. It's already leaking.
All right, we're gonna take a bite.
All right.
Yeah?
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's worth it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
You can only get so much out of a bite, but oh my god, so worth it.
Yep, you have to have one.
Yep, and
Super easy.
this is more of a comfort food, so
Exactly.
you know, I think that's probably why it's meant for the holidays or special occasions. Because, you know, bread isn't necessarily healthy. It acts like sugar in your body. Also, chicken is probably not always easily accessible in El Salvador, so that maybe is why they save it for special occasions. Obviously, this isn't real chicken, but we hope you enjoy this recipe.
Yeah.
And yeah, cheers. Enjoy.
Till next time.
Bye.